Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite unit in the game. That's going to be Gregor. Talk about his egos, his identities. So let's go ahead and dig in. Now, Gregor was the first official banner in Limbus company, and let me tell you guys, he is a monster in his 3-star form. His 2-star form is pretty good too, but let's go ahead and start out like we usually do, talking about his egos. Now, his base ego, Suddenly One Day, is one where if you do pull his 3-star, you're probably going to be spamming quite a bit, just because you tend to get the resources for it very quickly. It gets Lust 3, Gloom 1. It's a blunt based ability. It only has offense level 18 and a growth of 0.62, but it does have skill power 12 with coin power 12, which is okay. We have on hit inflict 6 stacks of a random status chosen from burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, and sinking. And then you have the passive on this, which at less than 25% HP, heal 15 HP, gain 2 protection. A random other ally loses 15 SP. Now, you are below 25% HP, you're probably in a bad situation. Gregor, especially with all of his self-healing, is usually not going to be in that situation. So this is a pretty irrelevant passive, I feel like. But you are probably going to be using this. I tend to use this quite a bit with him, just because I am able to proc it quite a bit. Although really I would probably rather run his skill 3 if it's available, because his skill 3 will deal more damage than taking a look at Lantern Gregor. You can only get this from the gacha, and this is really going to slide into supporting his healing capabilities. So it does require sloth 1 gluttony times 4. I do actually have this ego, and I find myself not using it very often. It is an offense level of 28, pierce ability with skill power 16, coin power plus 8, but a growth of 0.55. The passive, after defeating an enemy that has a rupture, heal HP by gluttony abilities, percent of max HP. So not only on hit are you healing 60% of damage dealt, but you also have a potential to get a passive heal as well. With all of the healing that's already in Gregor's kit, I feel like you don't need even more healing. Maybe there's a circumstance where like you're trying to force Gregor through chapter 3 with his blunt weakness and you're wanting to spam healing on him. That's really possible. But overall, I would say Lantern, like his first 2 egos, like you can use them. They're good, they're powerful, but they're nothing compared to Legend Main Gregor, which I am a huge fan of. So I have not unlocked him yet. You do have to get to battle pass 20. And I'm at battle pass 15 right now. Sloth 1, gluttony 3. What's great about this ego is that it does cost sanity 10. It's a blunt attack. It's an offense level 24, skill power 18, so it's not the most powerful, right? Coin power is only 0.5, growth of 0.62. So on the surface, this doesn't look amazing, right? But once you get into it, AoE, I would say AoE egos are overall like incredibly powerful. Boss ego that is AoE, absolutely devastating. Absolutely makes it so that I want to use Faust. Not only that, burst tremor, inflict 4 tremor, and inflict 4 paralysis with a paralysis fix. Golden apple is just gonna be incredible. Like it's going to destroy. It's going to be one of the best egos in the game, considering Gregor is already one of those units that's very powerful, very relevant. I think Gregor is going to be a monster. Interesting note about this too. This is one of the only abilities that can actually inflict maggots on the opponent, which makes sense because it is a golden apple ability. Let's go ahead and talk about the 3 different identities that we do have. LCB Center Gregor, the standard 1-star version. Not the biggest fan of him. He can be viable. He does have pretty low growth. He has 1 coin for his first 2 abilities. He applies only 1 rupture, pierce fragility, inflict 4 rupture on his primary ability, where it's really going to shine, and where this tends to be the case, especially in his 3rd form. His 3rd ability is where it's at. So offense level 33 is going to be okay. Skill power 5, coin power 4, 2 coins, plus 10% damage if the target has a rupture. If you're running Gregor, the target's most likely going to have some form of rupture on him. On a headset, heal by 30% of damage dealt. As with Gregor, you're going to be getting a lot of self-healing. His passive heal 5 HP at the start of the combat phase for 3 gloom is okay. His support ability at the start of the combat phase, the ally with the lowest HP heals 5 HP. I think there's a lot of people who hype up this passive and this support. 5 HP is not that much. You can make more of a difference with other passives and other supports. He does have 3 to 7 speed and 33 defense, but he will die to blunt. So overall, first form, not the end of the world bad, definitely not the worst 1-star, but you're gonna probably have better versions of him. Leo Section 6 Gregor, the 2-star version, is going to be your blunt goddess, going to fit really well in with 2-star Marisol, I believe it is, with the blunt and the burn abilities. Very high offense level, 40, coming in with multiple coins, 2, 3, 4 for all of his coins. Almost all of his attacks inflict burn, and then on his rush down, the target has 6+ burn, gain 1 attack level up next turn. Overall growth of 0.82. He's going to be very good in a world where burn hasn't become fully relevant yet, where it is kind of like simmering on the sidelines right now, because one, we don't have access to all of the burn E.G.Os currently, because there is a ton of burn E.G.Os in the battle passes that are currently locked behind, you know, getting to a higher level. We also don't have like a really relevant, I would say, powerful 3-star burn user. So I think he could become more relevant in the future. He's definitely powerful and viable right now. Not viable for the chapter 3 dungeon though, just keep that in mind. But definitely a huge fan. Third and subsequent coin on skill inflicts burn on hit based on sloth resistance, so that's going to be his passive for sloth ×2. His support, sloth ×3, one ally with the lowest speed deals plus 30% damage with the third and subsequent coins. So again, very good. You guys can hear my cat. My cat has discovered, if you can hear that lifting up, he loves to make noise whenever I record, and he's found like a metal thing that he can lift up and drop down and lift up and drop down. Let's go ahead and finish this up though and talk about the best version of Gregor, which is the G Corp Manager Corporal Gregor. Now, he was the initial unit for the very first banner of the game. I do have him. He has very high offense level, very high growth. He has overall insane damage, insane healing. He's a win-win. I would say he's one of those units where you can slot him into almost any formation, and just by the nature of his survivability, his capability to win clashes and deal damage, he's going to be one of those units that can just win no matter what and fit into any comp. So definitely, you know, powerful. His primary ability on clash win plus 40% damage done. Heads hit, heal 50% of damage dealt. For his secondary ability, inflict 5 rupture, heal 50% of damage dealt on heads hit. You'll notice heads hit tends to heal him in most of these situations. His level 3 ability, eviscerate, though, the most powerful ability, I think. Whenever I see this, I know the opponent is pretty much dead. On hit, deal 30% of damage dealt as bonus damage if the target has a rupture. And again, if you have him and you're running that secondary ability, your opponent probably has rupture. And the 4th tier with a heads hit is going to heal 100% of damage dealt. So, I mean, he's a monster. He's just going to kill anything that comes his way. Even in chapter 3, where like you need blunt attacks and they have resistance to slash, he's still powerful. He's still surviving, even though he has fatal to blunt resistance. At less than 25% HP, heal gluttony resistance by 3% HP on clash win. For gluttony 2, urgency rations does activate quite a bit. Again, it's just one of those small things that lets him heal a little bit more. His passive, the ally with the lowest HP heals 5 HP after winning a clash. I like this a little bit more than the ally with the lowest HP heals 5 HP, because potentially this could proc multiple times. He gets access to 3 to 7 speed, defense a little bit lower on the 28 side, but he's going to be self-healing. The biggest thing you're going to want to watch out with him is just that he doesn't get staggered. All right, everybody, as always, thank you so much for watching. Gregor is my favorite unit. I'm curious what you guys think down in the description below. I will catch you guys next time.